It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah, if I retire from rapping, how many of y'all will really miss me? My swing is incredible, feel like Timberland and Missy. Some niggas owe me money for the style, bitch, I'm Fendi, that's a double entendre. Y'all better put some respect on me, DJ, and be like Jesus and Meryl. I'm a king, I'm a pharaoh, frequently leading this era. Greatness be seeping through the mirror, hold my image and my likeness. My family tree strong as Osiris, I bought hard on them haters like tendonitis. Been my own man, creating avenues like Rosecrans. Y'all niggas stick to the script, I switch up the program. I hold bands in both hands and slow dance with your main chick, no romance, I'm so advanced. If I tell you hit the bricks, I mean it. I hate extra niggas around me, shit is inconvenient. I'm sitting the name, it's my head getting bigger than Frida. We sing it for freedom, the money weighing in like Keenan. A record sale. I flip streams of income like heads or tails. I spit crack like eggshells. Your girl stay chirping like Nextel. The block stay buzzing like I'm serving a fish scale. Either make a purchase or serve a purpose. The boy blaze trails like Nick Nurkic. Shout it type thick like 6 burgers. If she don't feel the kid, it's a disservice. I'm pinning more hits than Keith Urban. This shit working. Had to steal the beat from Flow. I don't keep it low. Best on either coast. Try me, you could be a ghost. Slick like nematode. Swing like Ichiro. Now you tryna sell a fake book. What you be Simone? If they rapping, I don't trust them. Try to stab me in the back, my chiropractor gon' adjust them. Anytime you play a beat, I'm just enhancing the production. With the way I eat, I got to hand you that concussion. Ain't no justice.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. We've got one more update on the whole DJ that don't spin situation. A lot of people have been waiting to hear what Joe Budden had to say. Of course, they have a very long, lengthy relationship. They both from Jersey. They both worked on Everyday Struggle together in tandem, built that show from the ground up, got very good ratings, and then came crashing down. You know what I'm saying? Joe Budden left. The DJ that don't spin continued to be there, stay there. And from there, he was able to enhance his profile and become somewhat of a media correspondent on his own independently. And he's been under intense criticism ever since, but it's definitely been coming to a head over the past couple of weeks, right? So as a former co-worker, as somebody who I guess he could say befriended him, possibly even served as somewhat of a mentor during one part of his life or another, Joe Budden has come out and spoken about the incident that occurred with 15-year-old Twitch streamer Nour, right? Who's also affiliated with Plaque Max, very tight. A lot of people like Max and others have contributed to giving him money so that he can stay afloat due to his mother passing away and needing money. So now we get to, of course, the conversation that DJ That Don't Spin had with him, sexually soliciting to him, asking him about whether or not he was sexually active, making homoerotic references, asking him if he would be interested in, sexual activity with Plaque Max, which is against, Nour's orientation because he identifies as straight. All of those things happen. There's been a lot of controversy, a lot of conversation. People have speculated on whether or not Twitch is banning him long term. We talked about that. There's been speculation about some of the brand deals, the Steak and the Happy Dad, that allegedly were trying to distance themselves, at least in terms of optics. DJ That Don't Spin says everybody is still in pocket with him. He doesn't understand where that's coming from. Maybe people are trying to make a larger spectacle than what it already is, but he claims everything is still copacetic. Now, let's get into Joe Budden and his co-hosts for what they had to say about the incident and how they perceive this conversation, which was completely inappropriate. But from what I've heard, one of Joe's co-hosts, Flip, is shooting a bit of bail, which I don't understand, but I'm not necessarily surprised by Flip at all, to be honest. Let's get to it.
Grew up and not making an excuse, but you are a product of your environment, meaning that when it comes to teenage boys or whatever, we encourage them to, yo, get that girl or do that. We had those conversations. It's been like that since the older niggas around me did it with me. I did it with my son, you know what I mean? Not saying that it's right, it is wrong. Now
if you acknowledge it as wrong, then what are you saying?
I'm acknowledging that it's wrong, but I'm saying that it's not foreign. That behavior. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not new. You know what I mean? Like, if of course,
Great.
that's what I'm saying. I think it's wrong.
So we're
100%.
in a place today where that behavior is being checked and people are being educated on things.
And I agree.
I think
But
that's
you have to learn it. There are
that's a great
consequences.
thing.
Yeah, and you have to learn in real time. See, everybody act like they smart and they fucking overnight. They learn how to abide by society rules and shit like that and what's right and wrong. You have to learn in real time when you're taught something, especially niggas from the Caribbean. Like, these things are, like, you have to acknowledge that nobody wants to go to the source of things. They just want to point and laugh and blame. And I'm not saying anything with Ak. I'm not even co-signing him.
Ak was wrong.
He's cool. He was 100% wrong.
Dead wrong.
100% wrong. Period. Point blank, especially if the young man is saying what he's saying. I've seen things like that. That's what I'm saying. I've seen
And
it.
it's cool to be wrong and then go sit with it by yourself.
Yeah, don't be wrong and strong. That's what.
Or if you want to be wrong and strong, you don't have to put a camera on.
Got it.
You don't have to live stream you in your learning process.
Got it. Yeah.
You don't. You could take that. You could take that privately. Deal with that.
You know what happens there though? You
Before they take this too far, I said this shit the other day. I said there was definitely gonna be some motherfuckers coming out talking about, bro, that's how we brought up. Man, that's how we talk in the hood. Man, it's like that, man, when you play this and you do this and you're grown up a certain way and dads, big brothers, big uncles, cousins, and all of that stuff. Man, when you're in the locker room and we talk like this and we play like this and we do little gay stuff, but everybody want to say pause. Everybody want to say no. But all of a sudden, it's cool to have a so-called joking conversation with a 15-year-old that you don't personally know, that ain't, you know what I'm saying, affiliated with you outside of nothing. This kid is in a whole nother country, and you take it upon yourself to start soliciting him with sexual innuendo. That shit is not cool. It's not okay. It's not excusable. Stop shooting this nigga bail. I don't give a fuck what Caribbean island, Jamaica, he think he from. That nigga grew up in the States, and that nigga grew up on the internet. That nigga is well aware of the ramifications that come with some shit like that. Stop shooting this dude bail. God damn, boy, y'all niggas, are y'all intelligence level the IQ of a fucking bucket or what? What are we doing? What are we talking about, fam? And I'm talking to Flip, because it's like, bro, he always gets on the pod and be asking these fucking questions like he don't know, trying to sound like he trying to learn, but then he comes back with an instant rebuttal, doubling down on his ignorance. So why do you ask questions to act like you want to learn some shit and then double, triple, quadruple down on ignorance, meaning that you really had no intention of learning in the first place? The shit is played, the shit is old, the shit is tired. Why even speak if you're not going to speak intelligently? As a father, and I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about Flip. He put himself in a position talking about as a father. I think he has a teenage son. They just brought his teenage son on there and they was asking him about kissing girls and shit like that. I understand there's some certain questions that you ask your child, you know, to see where they're at, see what type of things they're surrounding themselves with, what type of activity they're inviting or being presented with in their circumference. And of course, their person-to-person interactions as it pertains to their peers. I get it. I understand it. But I also understand that there has to be limits, especially when we're talking about strangers, right? Yeah, you might want to know what's going on with your kid, but everybody is not entitled to know what the fuck is going on with your kid. And I don't think every parent is going to appreciate some grown-ass man online on fucking Discord or Twitch asking their kid some shit like that. Let's be clear about this. Stop fucking playing stupid, man.
kind of become a victim of your brand. Like, that's his brand of cutting my camera on and giving y'all whatever I think about everything right now.
His brand is not speaking to 15-year-old boys like that.
No.
Exactly.
Correct. I'm not. I'm talking about you said you don't have to learn in real time with the camera on. I think that's part of his brand, though. Whatever I'm experiencing or whatever I'm talking about,
that's what I'm saying.
I have to cut the camera on. Like, again, this is a different generation. They don't know how to turn the cameras off.
Unlearn it.
And you learn it.
Unlearn it. I'm not here to fucking preach.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to preach to nobody. It's difficult to unlearn things.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So if that is a habit and a tendency where, hey, I'm living my life in front of the camera, so they're just going to see it. I invented that, actually.
Yeah, but the difference between you is you also knew a world before that. There's a lot of...
Ice, let the nigga finish. Because Joe, as much as people have, polarizing feelings about that nigga, and he's done some fuck shit and continues to do fuck shit on his own podcast in certain instances, the way he consistently tries to push Melissa Ford's buttons to make her react a certain way or to try to incite a reaction and then try to make it seem like she's crazy for said reaction. That shit don't be fly either, but we gonna keep moving. Joe Budden, it was the guy that had the camera rolling for everything. And you know what also happened to Joe Budden as he was the camera dude for everything, every conversation, private life, girlfriend, kids, the whole shebang? That nigga said the wrong thing about Method Man being on the top 25 rap list, and he got punched in his fucking eye. The nigga got on Ustream with a steak on his fucking face backstage at a slaughterhouse show. You know what I'm saying? So he learned not only from being outside, but also learning from being on the internet, talking too crazy, getting putting the cart before the horse. And Raekwon and them Wu-Tang niggas said, shit, boy, we gonna have to introduce you to what tough love look like. This ain't no Young Guns album, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So don't be coming in interrupting that man when he's letting you know he's the poster child. He's a precursor of what allowed an Akademiks to exist. But even this dude, for all the clown shit that he's done, and he's done quite a bit, has learned how to tame his brand down and grow. Not always the best at it, but he's come a long way.
All they know is this.
They don't know the world to exist without it.
Exactly, Ice.
Like, I sit there and be like, yo, I'm not even talking about the acts. I'm just in general. I'll be like, yo, why do y'all come to the internet and broadcast every second of your lives? You're not that important. We don't give a fuck. But to them,
they've been paid to.
I'm not even talking about those who are getting paid to. It's people who ain't making $1 off of this that chronicle, that puts every detail of their life on the internet. This is the world that they know. Yeah. There is no world where we don't, if I can't talk about it or show it, it didn't even happen. Mm-hmm. That's a law that they abide by. We don't, because we knew the world before that. So it's like, I try to give, again, I'm not talking about, I'm with y'all. I think he's just 100% wrong in that. And I'm glad that he finally did understand and address it and handle it the proper way. But I'm just saying, in general, people don't know how to turn that camera on. That's the only life they have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and when it becomes, like, when you do something and it's normal for you and you normalize it,
it creates like this echo chamber where you just can't see any kind of like alternate reality past the one that you've created for yourself. And so you set the rules inside of that reality.
Until reality hits you.
Yes.
Until
exactly. Until real world consequences.
I'm sorry, when you're done, Job.
And where some of us come from, to me, is not an excuse to groom. Like, to say, I don't really know what that is. Okay, I understand that and I receive that. I ain't gonna pretend like I really knew all the ins and outs about what grooming is either. But I also identified that there's plenty of grown men running around here not knowing that they were abused.
Exactly.
Not knowing that they were molested. Mm-hmm. That's not knowing that they were targeted by the, I don't want to trigger nobody, but Yeah. So if we're not going to know what those things are, I wouldn't expect people to know what grooming are. And yes, if now's the time to have that conversation so everybody could sit and learn together, the people that need it.
Correct.
Then I clap for that.
Only thing I don't like here is that niggas is acting like they just learning a motherfucking lesson in 2024. We got 3 niggas here. I put these niggas' faces here for a reason. We see nothing but gray in they motherfucking beard. My shit pitch black with no goddamn Beijing in it. So clearly I'm younger. There should be no talk of what you do and do not know if you grew up in this Western society in the last 40, 50. I'm cutting you slack because really, after a certain time period, when y'all motherfuckers wasn't able to just go marry a 15-year-old, I don't know what type of shit y'all niggas was on back in the days when these motherfuckers was passing they firstborn daughters to these families and shit. We not gonna go into all that. But when laws started being put in place to where you couldn't engage with a minor, and it was put in paper long before any of us were born, and we grew up knowing and seeing motherfuckers that violated that shit and what happened to them. Like, come on, dog. I remember when right before I went to high school, it was a rumor going on in my middle school. I was in 8th grade, and it was a talk about everybody like, yo, what high school you finna go to? And I'm like, yeah. We was like, yeah, we going to such and such high school. And niggas was like, man, look out for Coach Beckham. You know what I'm saying? And I've told this story once before, but they were like, look out for Coach Beckham. You know what I'm saying? Because that nigga used to be a football player, used to play for the in the league and whatnot. He was on his high horse, charismatic, and he would use that to his advantage with young women. It was rumored that he was having inappropriate relationships with the young ladies at the school. You know what I'm saying? There was an investigation, whatever. I guess the investigation didn't go as planned. I got to high school, that nigga was still there. You know what I'm saying? Met him, seen him, got in his class. And I'm like, oh, Coach Beck, I don't know. Maybe they lied. Maybe they was, exaggerating. Couple months into the class, seemed like he was having flirtatious vibes with some of the young ladies in the class, Nothing that was overt, but enough to know it was flirtatious. That shit wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And he know he wasn't right. This motherfucker was a grown-ass man. He was grown enough to play in the NFL, retire, have a wife, have all type, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you know better. We ain't talking about no people that don't be knowing what's going on. They explicitly and purposely go after underage people on purpose. It's not no mistake. It's not no, oh, I didn't know. It is their MO. So I don't want to hear no, you got to learn some shit. You tell that to a motherfucking 14, 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 18-year-old that's still in school with people that are younger than them, and you say, hey, man, what you need to know is you getting up there, so make sure that any classmates that you date is in the same bracket. You know what I'm saying? You're dating down, you putting yourself at risk. I know y'all in the same school and shit, but you got to be careful about how you playing the game. You know what I'm saying? Your best bet is to date somebody that's actually on your level. If your homeroom is on the same hallway, okay. You feel me? And I'm not trying to make light or make no jokes. I'm just being honest and being real about this shit, man. And if you could teach that to kids at 18, I don't want to hear no 40, 45, damn near 50-year-old. I don't want to hear no 35-year-old motherfucker talking about, I didn't know better. Okay?
I'm with you.
Word. True.
Yeah, round of applause.
And the people that when you give pushback, they're gonna say, "Oh, you co-sign or you making excuses for act." No, I'm not. I want to be extremely I want to be extremely clear when I say, listening to it, understanding it, he was wrong. And he acknowledged that. I'm saying that behavior isn't foreign when it comes to teenage boys. Not the other shit about the joke around shit, but it's not foreign when you're like, yo, get that girl, or, hey, yo, you having those conversations.
That's misguided, because teenage boys are not a monolith.
Okay.
Teenage boys don't cover the spectrum of teenage boys.
Gotcha.
Apparently, this young dude, and shout out to him, he sounded pretty intelligent.
Yes, he did.
Handled himself well in that stressful environment. But he's from another country somewhere, third world country, no parents, no friends, just from what I'm hearing. So that's not the same as the teenage boy from the hood that got OGs. And
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm referring to.
A little more experienced in hearing that type of talk or handling. That still don't make it okay.
Right.
Yeah, but that's what I'm referring to.
It's not, it's apples and oranges.
I got
We
it.
can't just put.
And the only reason why niggas would even be programmed to feel like there's any level of some shit being okay, if we're gonna be all the way real, especially if we're gonna talk about the product of yesteryear, you old motherfuckers, you know, I try to respect my elders. I don't know what type of lifestyle y'all was in. I can't put this on y'all jacket, but y'all know y'all peers. A lot of you old motherfuckers, when y'all was 23, 21, 25, y'all motherfuckers was grooming young ladies coming out of high school, right? Because y'all seen the same shit going on, but guess what? When you seen it happening, you knew how that shit felt. You like, damn, what the fuck is that about? What's that? What's going on with that? You knew in your fucking stomach, you was like, something ain't right with that. But then motherfuckers turned around and became that person for the next generation to look at and say, hey, bro, what is that? Why is that? Why homegirl? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just putting in a cluster of different scenarios, mainly because of what they're referring to, because none of what they're referring to actually has anything to do with a grown man talking to a 15-year-old boy in that fashion, which is bonkers in any event. But in the language that they're speaking, in the language that they're alluding to, these are the scenarios that we really be seeing. You know what I'm saying? Or would know of, to be like, damn, what the fuck is that? Right? So on no level, man, like, and if that's what you seen, that's what niggas was on, I think it would be in y'all best interest to never acknowledge that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, them good old days, whatever that shit was, your OGs was perverts. They not OGs. Your OGs was PDs. Okay? Like, let's change the acronym on this shit and be completely honest about it. Like, yeah, they seem cool. Them niggas was selling dope. Them niggas was fucking losers, bro. Them niggas was losers. And they might have had something you wish you could have obtained, which gave you a different perspective of what's going on. Them niggas was losers. Them niggas ain't shit. In every iteration of that in this new generation, them niggas ain't shit neither. We gotta stand on business, man. Like, we living in a country today where our president has been found guilty of SA. And we see what's going on with that motherfucker. We can't be out here just letting shit slide. Because shit slide and then that motherfucker just keep growing. And it turned into a cesspool of filth, which is what we're surrounded with right fucking now. It's all connected. What the company man Justin Hunt say? It's all happening. Shit, boy, you could interpret that in so many ways. It's all happening. Sodom and Gomorrah out there, bit. If you open your eyes. Get these niggas off my fucking screen, man. I had a motherfucker the other day talking about I can't be sitting up on my high horse. I'm not on no high horse, bro. I'm on the ground. My feet is planted firmly into the ground, homie. I'm not on no high horse with nothing. But y'all niggas are so used to people co-signing or placating or letting the bullshit pass. Letting the fuck shit pass. Being too weak to say, hey man, something ain't right with that. Right? Calling motherfuckers on they shit. Which is why a lot of you motherfuckers ain't got no real friends and shit. Cause y'all can't have true conversations when somebody might be fucking up. You can't tell your homie you're fucking up cause you scared that nigga gonna go across your motherfucking cheekbone. Right? So don't come to me and say, "Oh, J Nolan, you're on your high horse. You're judging. I can't take what you're saying." Okay, cool. Don't take what the fuck I'm saying, bro. You know, like yeah, I welcome the likes, shares, the subscriptions, but I ain't never personally asked your ass to be here, so you can go. And I hate having to like keep saying stuff like this, but I do feel like y'all got to get used to people that are okay. Like growth is awesome, excellent. That's what we do it for. But some of you motherfuckers that start feeling like a malfunction when a motherfucker say some real shit to you, I don't want you around. It's okay. Find your tribe, homie. And if you wanna, if homeboy over there is more your speed, then you could take the whole pack of Carltons and go that way. You ain't got to be over here with me, homie. Me and that nigga about the same age. And there's a vast difference between the two. So whichever side you want to stand on, just stay there. All right? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Please be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch y'all on the next one. All right. Much love and respect. Y'all be good out there. Y'all teach y'all kids, stay away, stranger danger. And to, if they ever feel uncomfortable to go with that feeling, you know what I'm saying? Follow your gut, follow your instinct, get the fuck from around these niggas, man. Excommunicate these clowns. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but you run no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. When I catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.